Moving on to our next story. China has issued a stern warning against any anti-China protests in the wake of the Hong Kong blaze, a fire that ripped through a residential complex and left the city grappling with its worst tragedy in decades. Beijing said on Saturday it would crack down on anyone trying to disrupt Hong Kong through disaster. The warning came as anger over the blaze continued to rise. China's national security authorities are already on high alert to prevent any repeat of the 2019 pro-democracy protests. They added that offenders would face punishment under Hong Kong's national security law and the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance. Hong Kong police on Monday released a university student who had been detained after handing out flyers calling for an independent investigation into the deadly fire. The flyers promoted a petition demanding government accountability and proper resettlement for residents affected by the blaze. The online petition had gathered more than 10,000 signatures before it was shut down. A second petition with similar demands was later launched by a Taipo resident now living abroad. Authorities have also reportedly arrested 2 more people on suspicion of seditious intent. This comes after officials have launched both criminal and corruption investigations into the fire that tore through the residential complex. Investigators are examining reports of unsafe renovation materials, non-functioning fire alarms, and earlier warnings from residents regarding fire hazards. The cause of the blaze is yet to be ascertained, and further arrests may follow as the inquiry continues. The massive fire began last Wednesday. It engulfed 7 of 8 32-story towers, which were wrapped in bamboo scaffolding, green mesh and foam insulation during renovation. The blaze has become Hong Kong's deadliest in nearly 80 years. The death toll has risen to at least 151, while more than 40 people are still missing.
We will do our best to find and to identify everything we can find in the disaster zone. Hopefully, this field investigation process can be concluded soon. Based on current progress, I hope to conclude the investigation and evidence collection operation in 3 weeks.
Rescue operations ended on Friday, though authorities said more remains could be found as hazardous areas are cleared. Across Hong Kong, people continued to mourn. On Sunday, mourners queued for more than a kilometre near a canal outside the devastated housing complex to lay white flowers and leave handwritten notes.
I hope this incident is the first and last. I hope in the future it doesn't happen again. And all of those who lost their lives in Taipa can be found.
We are gathering here. We are from the Filipino community to express our sympathy, support, and solidarity with the fellow migrant workers, and of course to the Filipino domestic worker who died.
Donations have poured in from companies and community groups. Residents say they had raised concerns last year about the flammability of the mesh covering the scaffolding, and warning about fire risks were reportedly missed. As Beijing warns against unrest and Hong Kong pushes ahead with criminal and corruption investigations, the focus now shifts to accountability, the findings of the probe, and support for families mourning an unimaginable loss.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.